March 31, 1922. A remote farmstead in Bavaria, Germany. 6 people, brutally murdered. No witnesses, no arrests, no answers. The farm was called Hinterkaifeck, a lonely cluster of buildings surrounded by forest. No neighbors in sight, no electricity, just the Gruber family, living in silence. Andreas Gruber, 63, his wife, Cecilia, 72. Their widowed daughter, Victoria Gabriel, 35. Her 2 children, Cecilia, 7, and Joseph, 2. And a new maid, Maria Baumgartner, hired that very morning. By nightfall, all 6 would be dead. In the weeks leading up to the murders, strange things began happening. Footprints appeared in the snow, leading toward the farmhouse, but none leading back out. Keys went missing. An unfamiliar newspaper was found in the home, one no one in the family subscribed to. At night, they heard footsteps in the attic. The previous maid had quit, terrified. She said the house was haunted. Andreas searched the attic, found nothing, but the unease never left. Then came the final day. March 31st. Morning chores. Livestock fed. A new maid arrived, Maria Baumgartner, her first day, her only day. That evening, darkness fell over the fields. Snow drifted across the roof, and somewhere, inside the walls, someone was waiting. What happened next, no one truly knows, but evidence suggests the killer lured each victim, one by one, into the barn. Perhaps by calling out, perhaps by sound. And there, under the hayloft, he struck. A mattock, a heavy farming tool, crashed into skulls with relentless precision. 4 bodies piled on top of one another. Andreas, Cecilia, the wife, Victoria, and the little girl, each struck down, each silenced. Inside the house, the killer turned to the remaining 2, 2-year-old Joseph and the maid Maria, both found dead in their beds. Then silence, but not departure, because whoever did this stayed. For days afterward, smoke rose from the chimney. Neighbors saw it, assumed the family was alive. The livestock were fed, bread baked, the family dog fed and chained. Someone lived in that house among the bodies for at least 3 days. April 4th. Neighbors, concerned by the absence, came to check. They entered the barn and stopped. 4 bodies stacked beneath hay, the others inside, the smell of death, and the sound of animals pacing. Police arrived from Munich, but by then the scene was chaos. Villagers had wandered through, touched everything, cooked food in the kitchen. Evidence destroyed. No fingerprints recorded, no photographs preserved in time. The autopsies told a story, one that only deepened the horror. Massive skull fractures, broken bones. But in several cases, no external bruising, as if the blows were both precise and deliberate. And then, one discovery that haunts investigators to this day. Little Cecilia, the child, had clumps of her own hair torn out. She had survived the first blow and lay beside the corpses, pulling at her hair in terror until she died. No valuables were taken, no cash missing. Jewelry still in place. This was not robbery, this was something personal. For months, police pursued every lead. Over 100 suspects, farmhands, soldiers, drifters, neighbors, even priests. No one ever charged. The strongest suspicion fell on one man, Lorenz Schlittenbauer, the nearest neighbor. He was the first to enter the barn. He knew the family well. Rumors claimed he was the father of the youngest child, Joseph. Others said he opened locked doors with keys that should have been missing. But the evidence was circumstantial, nothing ever proven. Andreas Gruber himself had a dark reputation. He had once been convicted of incest with his daughter Victoria. The community whispered, Some believed the murders were revenge, an act of moral fury. Others believed it was punishment from within the family itself. In 1923, a year later, the farm was demolished. As workers tore down the walls, they found the murder weapon hidden in the attic, a mattock, its edge still darkened with dried blood. It had been above them the entire time. But the discovery solved nothing. The trail was cold, the witnesses gone, and what remained were theories. Theory 1, a passing drifter. Germany was full of displaced soldiers after the First World War. Men who'd seen too much, who trusted no one. One could have stumbled upon the farm, taken shelter, and killed when discovered. But why stay? Why feed the animals? Why linger for days? Theory 2, an inside job. Someone who knew the layout, the family routine, the animals' habits, perhaps even the hidden key. That would explain the calmness, the time taken, the eerie order. In 2007, forensic students in Germany re-examined the case. They concluded the killer was almost certainly someone from the family's circle. Their report named a suspect, but out of respect for descendants, the name was never released. Theory 3, something darker. The stacking of bodies, the precision, the quietness. Some whispered of ritual, of the supernatural. The maid who fled months earlier claimed she heard footsteps when no one was there. Objects moved in the night. The Grubers thought they were haunted. Maybe they were. Maybe by someone alive. Theory 4, revenge. The incest conviction, the child whose paternity was disputed, the shame. Someone might have wanted the family erased. Someone close enough to enter quietly and leave no trace. Even now, a century later, the Hinterkaifeck murders remain unsolved. The case files, nearly 1,000 pages, contain no definitive answer. Just fragments, footprints that stop mid-snow, a blood-stained tool in an attic, a child's torn hair, and silence. Today, the land where Hinterkaifeck once stood is empty. A memorial cross marks the site, surrounded by open fields, no house, no walls, just the whisper of wind through trees that were once witness. The murderer, never found. The motive, never proven. And the sound that started it all, never heard again.